right, since we have a lot of extra time here on the cruise, we thought we'd give a little Q&A and some travel tips.
Yes.
Right, so we hope you enjoy these travel tips, and we hope some of your questions will be answered.
Yeah.
Our number one question that we receive from our viewers is, how do you travel so much?
Yes.
Pretty much every week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, how do you do it? Right? Well,
He works for an airline.
yeah.
So luckily, the airlines that he works for gives us free travel domestically and very minimal charge to travel internationally.
Yeah, well, I just have to pay for the taxes, the airport taxes.
Yeah, so it's airlines is the key. Plus, my job is as flexible as I can have days off during the week, and so my days off are during the week. So you see everything between Tuesday and Wednesday because my days off are Tuesday, Wednesdays.
Right, that's how we post our new videos on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
Usually. So if you aspire to do the same thing, and if your travels that you want to go to take you outside of where you can drive, you really have no option
To travel inexpensively.
Yeah, you really have two choices. One is you have to hit the lotto,
Yeah.
or work for an airline.
Now, provided we do standbys, and so we really watch the flights to see which ones are really open. And so it takes some homework when you do attain that job to really watch and do your homework to see what flights you can make it to there and come back.
Right.
Pretty much not only safely, but just to make it back, because sometimes it's hard.
Right, and as far as hotels, we always use like Hotel Tonight app.
We book our hotels last minute.
Right, last minute, and Hotels Tonight's a great app. It gives you discounts for last minute bookings.
And if you even try it, it's really, I had always thought to book it in advance is the best deal, but this app, it's just wonderful because these hotels are now just wanting to fill their rooms. And
Yeah, exactly.
So the deals are tremendous in some areas, saving more 60-70% off on a 4 or 5 star hotel.
Yeah.
So it's a really good deal.
And the way to get around, you have a few choices. One is find a cheap rent-a-car, or ride share like Lyft or Uber, or public transportation.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out what you want to do, where you want to go, and what's the cheapest and cost-effective way to get there.
Once you hit your city that you want to go to, do some research. A lot of the cities so far that we've been to, we can Uber, Lyft everywhere. The only one where we can't right now so far is Hawaii. Hawaii is just very spread out.
Right,
So
exactly.
Any of the islands in
no
Hawaii.
choice but to rent a car when you go to Hawaii.
But it's not too bad for the rent-a-car, especially if you're going to stay there for a few days. It can be costly, depending on what island that you're going to.
Meals.
Meals.
We always split a meal.
Yes, and so our meals, we don't eat the full meal. We'll figure out what we want the best, and usually it's also sides, and so we'll split a full meal plus get some sides.
Yeah, and that gives us the opportunity to try more food throughout the day.
That's how we can eat every 2 hours.
Yeah, because we're splitting stuff, or we're just getting appetizers,
Yeah.
you know?
Definitely. And then because we can go back at pretty much no cost, we'll do a next meal on the next trip when we go back.
Right, exactly.
Anything else, baby?
No, so we hope that answers the most commonly asked question to us.
If you have any more, just go ahead and post them and we'll go ahead and answer them.
Right. All right, another question sometimes we get.
How do we plan our trips?
Right, how do we plan it?
So a lot of our trips are food driven, and so we plan where to go by the food they serve.
Right, and a good source of that would be like the Travel Channel, the Food Network.
The Food Network.
Right.
And then once we get there, we ask the locals. Usually it's our rideshare people, so it's usually Uber or Lyft that we ask. And they said, hey, where do you guys want to eat? And it's a very, very common topic for everybody to tell us what their favorite food is.
Right, and we also use Yelp quite a bit.
Yeah, so once they give us a recommendation, we check up on Yelp to see how close it is to us. And their ratings, sometimes we go by the ratings, sometimes we don't. It's depending upon the distance from where we're staying to where this place is.
Right. So Yelp is indispensable for like domestic within the U.S. But international, you probably have to go to like TripAdvisor for suggestions.
When we're traveling internationally, we get a lot of questions on the exchange. So what we do is I look up wherever we're traveling to, I look up the most local or most big bank in that country, and usually that bank is in the airport. And so I do all of my money, or I take out all of my money from the airport, from their ATMs there.
Right.
Luckily, our bank doesn't charge. I'm in a credit union, and they only charge 1% of the U.S. dollar that you're taking out. And so if I take out $400 U.S. dollars, which is whatever their exchange is, my bank will only charge me $4.
Yeah.
So that really helps a lot.
Yeah. For example, Japan, we hit up the 7-Eleven ATM,
Which is very big there.
Yeah,
It's
inside the
very
airport.
reputable there.
right.
And their 50,000 yen is our $400. And so I take out 50,000 yen, $400, my bank charges me $4 for it, and then there's no transaction fee because I'm with that. So definitely look at your credit cards, look at your bank and ATMs and things like that to see what is the better way for you to go when you travel.
So those are some good tips,
Yeah.
and answer some questions hopefully. If you have any additional questions about this, also put it down in the comments below.
Yes.
Try to answer it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, one thing we forgot to mention about international hotel bookings.
Yeah. Lately, I've been using Booking.com, which has been a great resource, and they really have really good rooms, and it gives you the rating on that website and everything that you can travel. Well, for us, we have to do the shortest amount possible. So we're internationally, we travel, or actually we plan about 3 weeks out only. So Bookings.com is the one to use, which is really cool.
Right. Hope that helps. Okay, another traveling tip
Yes.
is when we get to a certain destination, to find things to do, or places to eat on specials.
Right, we definitely are budget travelers when we do travel, so we do try to keep on a budget, and so we do a lot to Viator and Groupon.
Right.
Make sure you read the fine print, because some of those Groupon deals you have to do it 24 hours in advance, so make sure you read the fine print that you can redeem it that same day.
Right. So a lot of these tours that we go on, it's really last minute when we look on Groupon or even Viator.
Right, and be open to try new things. You never know whether it be a new place to visit or new food. Be open to try new things, and you may like it. Like, for example, in New Orleans, he doesn't like oysters, but he loves the trout-grown oysters from New Orleans.
Right, I never would have found out if I hadn't tried it.
And we talked to the local to find out the best place to grab them too, and it's one of our favorite places.
Right, good tip.
Good tip, baby.
All right. Luggage. What to do with your luggage when you get to your destination and you can't check in yet.
Luckily, since we only travel on the weekend, we are backpackers, but we still want to carry it around, especially if our flight's at 8 a.m. and we get in like at 10. So what we do is we go to the hotel that we acquire, and then we see if they can hold our luggage, and 9 times out of 10 they will hold your backpack, your luggage,
and
things like that until check-in time.
Yeah, that's in the event that they don't allow you to check in early.
Some hotels will allow you to check in early for free, and some of them have a charge, so it's completely up to you what you want to do.
Or just simply your room isn't ready, you know. So like she said, a lot of hotels will hold your luggage for you. Drop it off and go explore the city.
Go explore. We do a lot in one day. We don't plan anything because we want to make sure we have time for everywhere. We'll plan maybe a meal or two, and then whatever we fit in between those meals, that's what we do. So when you watch our videos, it looks like we do a lot over a long time period, but we don't. It's usually in a day or two that we do all of our stuff.
That's it.
That's the way to do it, baby.
Well said.
Thank you, baby.
So a lot of questions may come up is, how do you find the best deal on a cruise?
Right. Like our cruise, for example, on cruises, the earlier the better.
Yeah.
When you do a cruise.
That's the rule of thumb.
That's the rule of thumb. Also, do it off time. So it's spring break, no summertime. Those are the most expensive cruises. If you have to, you have to, but book it early.
Yeah, like this is the end of February. Actually, it's March 1st right now. It's cold. It's cold out here.
It's chilly right now.
Yeah.
Our cruise seems a little bit busy, which is really nice. And right now, before spring break, we got the best deal we got. So we have a 4-day cruise. Our cruise was $189, but that's before any taxes and port fees, and we have our prepaid gratuities in the cruise. So our cruise actually came out to about $325 a person. So expect those taxes, port fees, If you do prepaid gratuities, which for us it's much more easy, but it's completely up to you. It is just a better way around. But we spent over 300 on a cruise that was listed 189.
Right. The bottom line, book early.
Book early.
For the cheaper prices for
Yes,
cruises.
definitely. All the alcohol is not included, and sodas are not included. But you can bring a 12-pack of soda per person. So definitely think about that if you have kids or anything like that. That's what you would maybe want to do.
Yep. Good advice. Again.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. You're gonna love it.
Well, since we're on a cruise.
And for you folks
yeah.
who haven't been cruising,
Right. Every night before, they will put a list of events or schedule for the following day. Like on Carnival, it's called Fun Times, but every cruise line has it. And it just gives you a list of all the events the following day from morning all the way till the night.
which is right
Yeah,
here.
something like that.
They have a bunch of different things from shopping to trivia.
Yeah, you can see the list is pretty extensive.
Yep, and it tells you what it's free, and the majority of it is free, but some of them do have a charge. For example, when you go shopping, you know you're going to buy something, so it's not for free.
Right.
It's something that you're buying.
And you know, the great part about cruising is you choose yourself whether to do as much as you can or as little as you want.
Right.
It's all up to you.
I mean, they have overabundance in pools and jacuzzis and music everywhere. This cruise in Carnival, we do have a casino, so if you're a big gambler, they have a casino here. All the bars are open, everything. People are so nice that you just go up there and talk to them, hang out somewhere, and you make your new friends there.
Right. So check your schedule when you're on a cruise.
Yeah.
And just bring a highlighter or a pen. Just mark off
Mark off
whatever
what you
you
wanna
feel like
do.
doing the next day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna wrap things up for our Q&A and
Yes.
our trip tips, travel tips.
Hopefully it helped you. If we missed something, leave it in the comment box below and we'll definitely answer them.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna go back to cruising now.
Let's go back to cruising. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking for whales. I see none.
No.
Big old ocean.
She did see some dolphins earlier though. So
Yeah, dolphins in
that's always a
Catalina.
good thing.
But I always look for wildlife out here.
Yep. I'm wild.
No. It's okay.
Thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.
And we'll catch you in the next Q&A session.